Come on, finish it off. Hey! Dang. What it cost him?
You probably know him as Salt Bae, the guy in the tight white tee, black shades, and that iconic arm pose as he sprinkles salt like he's casting a spell. His real name? Nusret Gökçe, a Turkish butcher who turned a simple seasoning move into a global meme and then into a multi-million-dollar steak empire. After going viral in 2017, Salt Bae quickly became more than just a meme. He opened luxury steakhouses in hotspots like Dubai, London, and Miami. Celebrities flocked to his restaurants, eager to be part of the show, from Leonardo DiCaprio to David Beckham. His golden steaks and flashy persona turned him into the king of Instagram chefs.
He's the man. Say something.
But lately, the glitter is fading. What started as harmless fun is now being questioned. Customers are furious, ex-employees are speaking out, lawsuits are stacking up, and one embarrassing World Cup stunt nearly ruined his global image. You thought Salt Bae was just a meme? Think again. The empire is crumbling, and fast. Before he became Salt Bae, Nusret Gökçe was just a young man from Turkey working long hours in butcher shops. Coming from a humble background, he dropped out of school early and spent years perfecting his meat-cutting craft. He wasn't rich, he wasn't famous, but he had one thing: passion. Then, in 2017, everything changed. A short video of Nusret flamboyantly slicing meat and sprinkling salt down his bent elbow went viral. And just like that, Salt Bae was born. The internet couldn't get enough. Memes exploded. Millions shared the clip. He was suddenly everywhere. With fame came fortune. Salt Bae capitalized fast. He opened luxurious steakhouses in cities like Dubai, London, Miami, and New York. The restaurants weren't just about food, they were performances. Gold-plated steaks, velvet ropes, and theatrical presentations made every meal an event. Celebrities lined up to get a taste. Leonardo DiCaprio, Lionel Messi, DJ Khaled, and even royalty visited his restaurants. People weren't just paying for steak, they were paying for the experience. His brand became a symbol of flashy indulgence, a lifestyle of excess curated for Instagram. But when your empire is built on a meme, what happens when the internet turns on you? As Salt Bae's fame grew, so did the prices on his menu. And they didn't just raise eyebrows, they ignited outrage. Think $1,200 for a golden tomahawk steak, $25 for a Red Bull, $100 just for mashed potatoes. Diners began sharing their receipts online.
Okay, so a lot of people had an issue with me saying that it was expensive. That if you don't have money, then don't go there. And I don't have money, I'm not going there. I literally can't even afford the sparkling water, right? Literally can't. The bigger question is, what the extent will people go to just for social media, just to impress other people? At this point, I ain't even blaming him. I'm blaming the absolute morons, Ryan and his mates, that went out. 4 of them went out and spent 37 grand. £37,000 in a restaurant.
Stunned at the final bills, some totaling thousands of dollars. Social media went into meltdown. People were tagging their posts with phrases like daylight robbery and rich people playground. While some chalked it up to the cost of exclusivity, others accused Salt Bae of straight-up price gouging. The vibe shifted from admiration to mockery. What really hurt, though, were the food reviews. Critics and influencers began to visit, and many weren't impressed. Bland flavors, overcooked steaks, rushed service, a lot of flash, not much flavor. It became clear that the sparkle of gold-covered meat was hiding a bitter taste underneath. Public sentiment started to turn. Once viewed as a fun, extravagant night out, Salt Bae's restaurants began to symbolize everything wrong with influencer culture. Overpriced, overhyped, and underwhelming. The message from diners was loud and clear. If you're going to charge luxury prices, you'd better serve something extraordinary. And Salt Bae? Well, he might have sprinkled too much salt on the bill. Behind the glitter and gold of Salt Bae's empire lies a much darker reality, one that former employees have been increasingly vocal about. Several lawsuits have emerged over the years, and they all point to the same ugly truths: wage theft, mistreatment, and a toxic work environment. One of the most common allegations? Unpaid overtime. Workers claim they were expected to put in grueling hours without proper compensation. Others say their tips were withheld or rerouted to management, a clear violation of labor laws in many countries. These are not isolated incidents, they're patterns reported across multiple locations. London's Nusser Eats Steakhouse, in particular, has been the epicenter of controversy. With staff quitting en masse, insiders describe the workplace as chaotic, hostile, and unbearable. One ex-employee famously said, "It's a show, not a restaurant," highlighting how the spectacle often overshadowed basic hospitality and ethics. Several lawsuits have sought damages running into the hundreds of thousands. While Salt Bae's team often dismisses these claims as exaggerations or misunderstandings, the sheer number of complaints paints a troubling picture. Instead of being a dream job in a global hotspot, working at Salt Bae's restaurants is increasingly described as a nightmare behind the curtains. And as more voices come forward, the brand's polished image continues to unravel, revealing a business model built not just on gold stakes, but on the backs of overworked and underpaid staff. If there was one moment that pushed Salt Bae's global reputation over the edge, it was the 2022 FIFA World Cup final. After Argentina's historic win, the world watched in awe as Lionel Messi and his teammates celebrated on the pitch. And then, out of nowhere, Salt Bae appeared. Videos surfaced of him awkwardly pushing through players, touching Messi, and even grabbing the World Cup trophy. Something that only a very select few are allowed to do. The internet erupted. Fans and commentators alike called it disrespectful, embarrassing, and a desperate grab for attention. The backlash was swift and brutal. Even Messi looked visibly uncomfortable in the viral clips. People weren't just mad, they were disgusted. How did a celebrity chef get onto the field during one of the most sacred moments in sports history? FIFA later confirmed that Salt Bae had violated protocol. An internal review was launched, and the organization made statements hinting at disciplinary action for those who let him onto the field in the first place. What was meant to be a flex turned into a massive PR failure. In trying to steal the spotlight, Salt Bae ended up stealing global respect, and it hasn't fully returned since. He's not just critics and ex-employees turning on Salt Bae, his own customers are joining the chorus. Online reviews for his restaurants have taken a nosedive. From Yelp to TripAdvisor, comments are brutal. Worst dining experience ever. Overhyped circus. All show, no taste. On social media, the backlash has evolved into entertainment. TikTok users roast their $1,000 dining regrets. Reddit threads mock the gold stakes. Even foodie influencers, once eager to be seen at his restaurants, are now questioning the value and taste of the experience. Food critics haven't been kind either. Multiple reviews cite bland or overcooked steaks, rushed service, and the overwhelming feeling that diners are paying for a photo op, not a meal. One London review called it a luxury restaurant for people who don't know food. The Salt Bae brand, once admired for its playful charm, is now rubbing people the wrong way. The memes are still rolling in, but they've taken a darker turn. Where once people praised the flair, now they mock the desperation. What was once a fun, viral celebration of food has transformed into a meme that just won't let go, no matter how stale the steak gets. What's made everything worse? Salt Bae's silence. As controversy after controversy unfolds, lawsuits, customer complaints, FIFA scandals, he never addresses them. No apologies, no clarifications. Just more videos of him slicing steaks in slow motion while wearing $1,000 watches. This lack of accountability is starting to wear thin. While his restaurants are being slammed and former staff speak out, he's busy posting videos with gold-plated meat and dramatic soundtracks. To many, it feels tone-deaf, like he's living in a fantasy while his empire burns. There's also growing influencer fatigue. Once, social media loved curated luxury lifestyles. But now, there's a shift. Audiences want authenticity, not arrogance. They're over the constant display of excess, especially when real-world problems, like inflation and job insecurity, are hitting hard. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that subscribe button for more real talk, deep dives, and no-fluff commentary on today's biggest internet stories. Until next time, stay curious, and maybe hold the salt.